Factually inaccurate. Morally correct. This is Babylon Bee Radio. Our top story. According to sources close to the administration, President Biden responded to seeing Trump's jump in poll numbers by ordering the FBI to raid his house too. These orders come at a time when Biden's approval rating has reached record lows due to 20 consecutive months of unfortunate disasters that allegedly had nothing to do with Biden or his policies, but were the fault of everyone else, especially Trump.
Hey, FBI guys, I could use some of those higher poll numbers,
wrote President Biden on a piece of paper before shoving it under the basement door in hopes that one of his handlers on the outside would deliver it to an FBI guy.
P.S. I could use another diaper change right about now.
At airtime, Biden had instructed, via letter shoved under the door, that groundskeepers plant a few palm trees at the Rose Garden and that everyone call the White House by its new name, Mar-a-Lago, D.C. As the water levels of Lake Mead continue to go down, more human remains are being found. In response to this recent development, Hillary Clinton has been spotted outside Lake Mead, desperately trying to fill the lake back up with a garden hose. Park rangers say Hillary Clinton will need about 38 million more gallons of water just to bring the water up an inch. Rangers stated they just didn't have the heart to tell her, as they've been having too much fun watching the entire ordeal play out. Some have even started placing bets on when she'll finally throw in the towel. Despite Hillary's efforts, the water has dried up further, revealing 42 more bodies, all of which had ties to the Clinton Foundation. Confronted by the media, Hillary brushed off the whole thing as a far-right conspiracy theory, while Bill actually seemed excited, as if he was looking forward to some time away from his wife. The Pentagon has announced they will be making the new monkeypox vaccine mandatory, but just for the Navy. The Pentagon became aware of the acute danger monkeypox presented after the entire crew of the USS Harvey Milk tested positive last week.
That ship is something out of a nightmare. It's like a haunted house right now,
said physician Dr. Ryan Walter.
We heard reports of the first case last week, and then all of a sudden, boom, the whole ship goes down. Quite the medical mystery.
The new mandate comes on the heels of the Defense Department losing tens of thousands of soldiers who declined the COVID vaccine. An official memo from the DoD said, quote, "In a time of historic recruitment struggles, we remain committed to losing even more desperately needed servicemen. Any mandate we can put in place to further weaken military readiness, we are there. Let's be real, though. The Navy actually needs this monkeypox shot." Navy servicemen replied to the mandate saying it's, quote, "not funny," and that no one will obey any more orders from the Secretary of Defense, quote, "until he takes off that stupid face shield." A new study discovered that although scores of leftists are demanding something be done to combat overpopulation, not a single one has volunteered to die first.
"Oh, no, not me. I'm good, thanks,"
said climate activist Leonardo DiCaprio.
"While we definitely need to knock down the Earth's population a few billion, we should definitely start with someone else. How about Todd here? No one likes Todd."
While climate activists have recently extolled the benefits of nuclear war as an option to kill some pesky humans, none are keen to ride on a nuclear bomb like in Dr. Strangelove. The leftists have also agreed they will continue to live in mansions and fly private jets, while adamantly calling for dirty poor people to all live in mud huts and only use bicycles.
If people do not stop driving big trucks and eating steaks, we will literally all die,
said Senator Elizabeth Warren.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to get into this giant motorcade of SUVs and head to my $3 million home for a lovely ribeye.
At airtime, interviews with several witnesses did in fact confirm that no one likes Todd. It seems Disney Plus spared no expense in the making of SheHulk Attorney at Law. Showrunners have employed the latest CGI techniques to make it look like a woman can be a real lawyer. Early reviews of the show say it convincingly portrays a female lead litigating, presenting closing arguments to the jury and saying, "I object," in a very calm and rational way, which, as far as anyone can tell, is the first time such things have ever been portrayed on screen.
Raw cuts of the film had our main character saying, "I'm sorry," like 300 times per episode. We had to cut all that out,
said one digital effects artist.
We also had to remove all the time she cried after heated altercations and talked about boys with other women. It was brutal.
Disney Plus says it hopes this fictional CGI universe will inspire young girls that they too can become real lawyers. A local man who is apparently unfamiliar with people believes that people are basically good.
"Yeah, man, I think pretty much everyone's good at heart,"
said the man who has never seen the contents of another person's heart or bothered to look at his own.
"It's just the systems we create that cause all the bad stuff in the world. If we could just fix the systems, we'd fix everything, man."
The adorably naive man went on to say that if he were put in charge of the system, things would finally be just and equitable for everyone for the first time in history. Sources say he was completely oblivious to the fact that every bloodthirsty tyrant in history thought exactly as he did. The man later announced he was running for Congress. Experts attending the International Conference on Metaphysics and Theology were wowed as a panel on Jesus' miracles concluded that the miracle of feeding 5,000 people with 5 little loaves and 2 fish was made possible thanks to Olive Garden's famous never-ending breadsticks.
When you're here, you're family.
During the panel, experts also claimed that the 2 fish were not miraculously multiplied, but were likely, quote, really big fish that were filleted and dispersed among the people, citing the lack of an unlimited seafood option at Olive Garden. At airtime, Jesus' other miracle, in which he fed 4,000, had been determined to have been performed with unlimited cheese toast from Sizzler. Now you're up to date on the only news that matters. Find more fake news you can trust at BabylonBee.com. Until next time, this is Austin Robertson, the voice of the Babylon Bee. So long.